Good morning, Porch Chronicles. How y'all doing out there? Now, I'm gonna speak on something because look, before I started therapy and trying to heal and get myself together and all that, I don't bother nobody. But if you bother me, you bothered the wrong person because I don't have a. I'm not afraid. I ain't no fighter. Don't ever get me wrong, but I'm not afraid either, and I have a lethal mouthpiece. When it comes to being a smart ass, lethal. But therapy and consciousness have taught me that that's not the way to operate because that's unconsciousness, and when you argue, you don't get anything done. So now, I live in a situation, I live in a house where we share the kitchen. Now, we got a new person that live here that's not respectful of people's stuff. Because when they first moved here, they started using my dishwashing liquid and my paper towels. So I moved them nicely out of the way because that's my stuff. And I purchased it because I have my own little part of the counter where my stuff is, like my coffee maker. Anything that's not community, no one is supposed to use, and my stuff is not community. So, and I'm very considerate because I'm in the house most of the day and I leave in the evening times. So I keep my dirty dishes, if I don't wash all my dishes, because I'm not going to occupy the sink, I keep it in the little white container that you can wash your dishes in. And then I wash my dishes when I want to, so I don't ever occupy the sink. Child, why did this little child, and she's a child because she's in her 20s. I don't even argue with my 35-year-old, so what you think? I'm going to argue with a 20-year-old? No. So I get up in the morning and they didn't use my container. And I keep my container clean. Most likely I have all my dishes will be clean by the evening. So my container will have my sponge and my dish rag in there when I do wash my dishes. So I keep it clean all the time. Why this little girl, then took my container and put it in the sink and washed her dishes in it. And then had the audacity, because I drink coffee every morning. Most of the time I drink it hot, but sometimes when it gets real warm outside, I drink cold coffee, so I do my iced coffee in the morning. It's one cup I use, and I keep it on the counter where all my stuff is. That's one main cup that I really love to use. Why I couldn't find my coffee cup yesterday? I kept looking for it before I left out to go to art therapy, and I never found it. So when I came back in before I left out, why my coffee cup was on the other side of the counter where her stuff is, with like it was hers, and you used it and had it in your room. Yeah, me back in the day, between those two things, I would have showed you. Talking about my mouth. My mouthpiece would have been so. It would have been so bad that we would have probably put hands on each other because I'm not afraid. I'm not a fighter, but I'm not a punk. Y'all, I thank God for therapy, and I thank God for practicing what I think. Yes, I complained about it. Yeah, and I'm going to let the landlord know about it too, because guess what? I don't do touch people's stuff. And guess what? You're not going to do touch my stuff. But I'm saying that to say this. That's a testimony to where I came from, because it would have not been a pretty story. It would have not been a pretty day yesterday. It would have been all kind of hell raised up in here. I ain't even saying nothing. I can't believe how far I've come, because, yeah, I complained about it to my boyfriend, to my mama. Yeah, because I needed to talk about it. And I usually don't even talk about stuff. I deal with it. But that was just this. How you going to use somebody? I don't know where your lips been, girl. Come on now. Who do that? But anyway, I'm saying that to say this. Yes, I definitely get tested on what I try to live. I get tested. But I thank God I passed yesterday. I love you, Porch Chronicles. Y'all be encouraged.